Welcome to Talking Pictures, a podcast where we like to talk about movies, TV, and a load of other good fun stuff we like to talk about. My name is Brian and I'll be your host for this episode today. I am joined by my good friend and co-host David. David, how are you?
I'm good, Brian. How are you today?
David, me and you are here to talk today about David, what are we here to talk about?
We're here to talk about the newest entry in the Fast Saga Fast X.
Oh, X. Roman numerals.
Yeah, we've gone from Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, The Fast and the Furious 6, Furious 7, The Fate of the Furious,
Hobbs and Shaw,
F9,
F9.
Fast X. So there's no real naming convention here, is there? It's all just whatever they want on the day.
More Fast movies than Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, which is, in my honest opinion, a bit of a travesty that we've let this franchise go on so long.
Well, David, I don't know what the status with it making money, but I don't think it's doing as well as anticipated to be. Maybe that newly potentially announced third movie of this trilogy being X, 11 and 12. Maybe they'll just conclude at 11.
Mm-hmm. That was what they had been saying, was that it was going to be that this is part one of a two-part finale. And then Vin Diesel on the red carpet was like, they asked for a third one, so maybe you'll get a third one. And
they have to get The Hobbit. They have to do The Hobbit.
No. I was happy, when we saw Fast 9, what was it, 2 years ago now? At this stage, we were
21.
We hated it. It was awful.
Dreadful.
It was a real downbeat for the franchise. I think a lot of people didn't like it.
I can't remember a thing I liked about it.
I liked it when it ended. That was nice.
But no, I got to leave. No, because the memory is so fresh.
Mm-hmm.
No, I liked Hobbs and Shaw better than Fast 9. But we're not here to talk about Fast 9. No.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to talk about Fast X, and we will be talking spoilers left, right, and centre all over the road, a quarter mile an hour.
A quarter mile at a time.
Yeah, whatever.
If you really care about Fast and Furious spoilers, it's not like it's a heavy,
no,
emotionally invested.
No, fuck. Major spoilers, major shock factors here. The Fate of the Furious introduced Charlize Theron as Cypher as the overarching villain, who was the boss of the villain from the fourth one, the sixth one, and a villain in the seventh one.
Mm-hmm.
So connecting all the previous movies, since this franchise reintroduced itself in the heightened reality of defying gravity.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't integrate Fast 5 until now,
mm-hmm.
with Jason Momoa playing the villain, the best villain this franchise has ever had, and he's playing the son of the Fast 5 villain. I always thought he was just cast to replace Dwayne Johnson, who was replaced by John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason Momoa had a lot of fun with this. He really went 90 on it, and then he went a couple of more with it. Mm-hmm. He just, this is great. I can do it. I can have a load of fun with this. I like what you compared him to. Like you said, David, what was it?
I think that this is Jason Momoa's one and only chance to play the Joker. I felt like throughout the movie, he was the Joker to Vin Diesel trying to be Batman. And I think that he just had a lot of fun with it, and it worked. I think that if he had come in and just tried to be the next in the line of the Jason Statham and then the John Cena, that he actually would have been pretty boring and pretty unrememberable. But he just kind of knocked it out of the park with he came and he had fun and he didn't give a shit that he's a big hulking man, but yet he's painting his nails and he's wearing purple, driving a purple car,
wearing bobbins on his head,
he didn't care. He was just
loving ballet and all. He's flamboyant. He's very he's a little effeminate, but he's very psychotic. And a way to go for them to let them divvy it up a little bit than just having a hunking, menacing villain. The last villain I thought was sort of menacing was maybe Jason Statham, but not to say Charlize Theron was menacing, and she was just a bit under. but she was like, they were setting her up as the big boss,
Mm-hmm.
and they were keeping her as a villain over the next few movies. And just like John Cena, who only needed a hug, those are three villains I named from previous Fast Furious movies who are now on the path of being redeemed.
Jason Statham, Charlize Theron, and John Cena.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even say that Charlize Theron is like, I don't know, I wouldn't say she's being redeemed. I think, like she said early in the film, she said, the enemy of my enemy is you.
No. She's being redeemed.
She's, okay.
No. Do you not know this franchise?
I hate this about this franchise. Why can't a villain, I hate this about a lot of franchises, but why can't a villain just stay a villain?
Yeah, they can't. Jaimin Hansu was the villain in the seventh one, and sure, he stayed a villain to the very end.
Was it not Jason Statham was the...
Oh yeah, but Jaimin Hansu was also the villain in that movie.
Okay.
A secondary villain.
And what was his fate?
He died.
Oh, he died. Oh, okay. So anyone that continues on afterwards eventually becomes part of the family, part of the crew.
You're coming to the barbecue.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I just want you to stay a villain. Like, we had Jason Statham, who, his introduction was him killing fan favorite Han. And he comes in, killing with the quotation marks. He comes in, is the bad guy in one movie, then gets his own spin-off movie, and is consistently like working with, just adjacent to the crew, the family.
I'll only take what I can from this franchise and what it gives me, and Jason Statham is still being a bit of a dickhead, unapologetic about his actions, and sure, I'll take it.
But you can see him, if the end of the movie, the next one, you can see him at the barbecue.
Yeah.
You can, and I don't want that. Like, the same with John Cena. Like, Dom's brother, is the main bad guy of the last one. And like you said, he just needed a hug at the end of it, and now he's in this one. He's protecting Lil B, and he is having fun. He's not the same character. He's just completely.
It's like
John Cena.
It's like if you took him from one of his Nickelodeon child friendly TV movies, threw him in this. Like, he come through the bathroom to see Little B. Uncle Jacob, what's up, little man? He was like classic John Cena to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't need to be dramatic. He didn't need to be menacing. He wasn't menacing. He was just John Cena. John Cena's likable. He's cool. I like him. The thing
is that in a lot of his roles, with Peacemaker and
even the smaller little roles, like, I'm struggling to think about.
He's in Trainwreck. He's quite funny in Trainwreck. That's when he kind of got his comedy chops.
I liked him in Bumblebee as well.
Yeah, he is funny, but they set him up in the last movie to be a completely serious character. So his reintroduction to this movie is not that character whatsoever.
And now he's in tight surfer clothes.
Yeah, it just didn't.
And he has this car he has from the 80s, this paddy shack type of a thing.
Yeah, with a canoe on top.
Yeah.
It turns out to be a plane, but it just didn't.
Of course it turns out to be a plane.
I just want the characters and the villains to be consistent from movie to movie.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you like John Cena in this better than the last one?
Yeah, I did. But I think that there's a compromise that you can make. And it's that the character that he was in the movie is fine, but I would like to see some progression to get there.
Oh yeah. I agree. But David, this is Fast X.
I know. I'm asking too much of it. I know.
Yeah.
But if he had come in, introduced into the movie like he was in the previous one, he's just doing a favor for Dom. He's looking after Little B, and then, Little B maybe is trying to connect with him and he's not having any of it. But then when they're on the plane and they have that moment where he admits I'm scared of planes, and then John Cena's like, oh, I used to be scared of cars, and maybe have that his heart melting a little bit, like he's getting to know, he's
opening up.
Yeah, he's
letting love in.
Yeah, and then slowly turn him into the character that he was from the beginning. Then that would have been a bit more palatable. That was like, okay, you can see a progression for the character.
If they actually did do that, I think it would have hit a little bit more. Not much, but a little bit more when he sacrificed himself.
Oh, you mean when he air quote died? I mean, I that's another problem with the movie and the franchise as a whole, is that you can't have characters die and have these big sacrificial moments when 10 minutes later you're going to reveal that a character who we all thought was dead 3 movies ago is alive. and you did that in your last movie, you did it in this movie. There's no consequences. Why should I believe in any way that this sacrificial moment is leading to a death, or later on when the other characters, Tej, Roman, Natalie Emmanuel's character, when they're all in the plane and it crashes, why should I believe that any of them are dead? They're not dead, but why would I ever believe that they're in any kind of danger, because no character is ever in danger in this franchise.
Yeah.
But barbecue.
Where's that character? Oh, they died. Oh, right. I guess we'll see them at the barbecue later.
Yeah. We'll give it two movies. 3.
To be fair, I do think John Cena is dead. And if he ends up turning out to be alive again in this part 2 of this part 2/3 trilogy story, I'm just gonna laugh. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be drinking a nag and watching these movies. so when they wake up the next morning, I'm gonna be thinking, I had a weird dream that this character came back to into the franchise. You know, dreams can do all sorts of crazy things, shape reality, and do. Oh wait, no, that was real. Yeah. So Wonder Woman's back.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean,
she's vacant.
Yeah, her schedule's freed up. She can do whatever she wants. But I mean, I went back afterwards and watched the clip of her dying, and I'm like, okay.
It can be easily explained.
I guess
how she can survive.
But if she did survive, wouldn't any of the characters have driven back to see if she was okay? Because, I mean, she's fine.
No, that wasn't the plan back when they filmed it.
No, but it's like, create characters. Just make new characters. We don't need the old ones back again.
But they introduced like 5 or 6 or 7,000 characters in this movie. This cast in this movie, holy God! I was so curious to see where and all they fit into this movie. So, Dom has a grandmother, Rita Moreno. All of a sudden, she's in it for like one extended scene or sequences, I guess.
Where is she?
In the opening movie.
Where is she?
She's in the start of the movie.
Yeah, she's the barbecue.
She's at the barbecue. Yeah, we'll see her at the next one.
Yeah.
Helen Mirren, Jason Statham's mother, his character.
Here's something I want you to notice here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you name all these characters.
Yeah.
They all have a connection to a character already established. There's no new characters. There's no characters that just are.
Yeah.
They all have some previous connection to an old character or are directly related family-wise.
Brie Larson, is the daughter of Kurt Russell's character.
Yeah.
And Danielle Metzeler, she played Ratcatcher in Suicide Squad. She's the apparent sister to Dom's child's mother, Elena, who, she died. She'll be at the next barbecue.
Did she die?
Yeah, she died in the Fate of the Furious. Elena.
Oh, her. Sorry. Yeah.
Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see her at the next barbecue, sure.
Yeah, she'll be at the barbecue.
Yeah.
And then Alan Richardson, who is like the new head of the agency. Actually, he's secretly partnered with Dante. He's actually secretly a bad guy, which was a nice reveal, but it goes against everything that had previously happened in the movie, and once again connected to a character that was already introduced.
Hell, no, fair enough. The reveal got me. I didn't see it coming. I actually thought when he sort of set up as a bit of a foe for Dom, and then he turns good. Oh, that's a bit nice. It was a bit nice not to go through the hassle of having to deal with him when he's not the main villain. And so fair enough. I'll take what this franchise gives me, and if it surprises me, good on you. And it did.
I thought Alan Richardson was actually really good.
He was probably my third favourite thing about this movie.
He was. I liked that he was the surrogate for some audience members as he gave a recap for the whole franchise, and he was like, he was a real hater. He was like, they've done everything.
Pointing out all the flaws in what this franchise, metaphorically, what the characters have been doing to defy the laws of gravity.
Yeah.
Just pointing out how they go from petty thieves to espionage spies completing missions for the Black Ops or something like that.
If it defies gravity, they've done it twice. It's like he was really pointing out all these flaws, and I think he even says like, "Oh, does it take that much to turn you?" Like, "Oh, see you at the next barbecue." I think he made a barbecue joke as well, but he was good, and he was like a nice little breath of fresh air, I suppose, as a character.
He felt more grounded, and that feels a bit strange. He just felt he feels very real. The scruff, the built of him. He's huge.
Jack Reacher, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he you could see it. He came off the Jack Reacher set and immediately started this one.
And I don't know why I thought maybe I got a little bit of romance or a bromance between Jason Momoa and him in that flashback scene.
Yeah.
He turned around and he smiled at him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why do you smile at this guy who, fair enough, he's a good looking dude. I don't know. Maybe they'll lead to something in the next one. Hopefully it'll be something.
I'd like to see them working together. Like as you said, they're like bros.
Yeah.
I think that something that the franchise needs, and this would reinvigorate something, is to have the anti-family. And I think that we should have you should do it like a full ensemble cast, like the Fast family, but have it be villains. And they all are equally as famous, and they are as tight-knit as the family that we know, and have them work together against Dom.
Nah, they're just gonna join Dom's family.
No, I don't want to see them at the barbecue.
No, they're gonna be at the barbecue.
I want to see them.
You're gonna see Jason Momoa at the barbecue. Let me talk my words. He's gonna be painting everyone's nails.
I think that Jason Momoa, of all of the villains, hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't see him at the barbecue.
I feel quite confident he will be a villain through and through.
Yeah.
Alan Richardson definitely will.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's established now to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back to the characters. Jason Statham was also in this movie for one extended scene, and he's off probably to part 2 of this movie. We'll see him in the next one, I'm sure, with with Helen Mirren. Oh yeah, who else was in this movie? Pete Davidson. Okay, sure, yeah, give us it. We have even Mia, Dom's sister. She's in this. Not too much, to be honest. Guess she went back to Paul Walker. We'll see him at the barbecue or something.
I'm gonna say something here. I'm gonna say something controversial.
Yeah.
I think Fast and Furious needs to let go of Paul Walker. They need to let go of him because
that's not controversial. I think that could be an even split down the middle. I think people just want what's best for Paul Walker and the family.
But I think that even within the actual story, because there's the moment at the beginning where Dom is in the garage. He's looking around at photos. He sees one of Paul, and the little soft motif of "See You Again" comes on.
I like seeing that. So.
And it's like when "See You Again" comes on, we're talking about Paul, and he has that moment with Rhea Morano where she's like, "You carry him every day," and it's like he's not dead in the movies. You've established that Brian is alive and well in the movies. Obviously, Paul Walker is dead. You want to pay respect to him, but if you're gonna say that Brian is alive, let him be alive and don't have these sad moments where you're remembering that Paul Walker's dead. I think that they just need to let him go. They need to stop. Only reference him in a good way, like they did in 9, where he's pulling up to the thing. You're like, oh, he's coming to the barbecue, class. You don't see him. I don't think I ever would want to see a CGI Paul Walker or anything like that again. But I think they need to let him go in terms of referencing the fact that he's dead. Let him be alive and be happy with his kids.
We're going to see him at the barbecue.
No!
We're going to see him at the barbecue.
No.
We're going to see him at one barbecue and another. Somehow, we will.
I know we will.
I'd like to move into what they're probably setting up 2 movies ago now. Kurt Russell is sort of vanished. He's missing. He's in the wind. Not dead. I bet he's not dead. So I'm betting he's going to be some form of a rescue party.
I think he was in the submarine at the end.
You think?
Oh yeah, 100%. Where did that submarine come from with Giselle at the top, Gal Gadot at the top? Where was Scott Eastwood? Where did
Scott Eastwood. He's another one who came back. He was in Fast 8. I'm glad they brought him back for that one little quick bit. He was actually the one character who was not featured in any of the trailers.
Yeah. Where did he end up at the end of the movie? Was he in the plane?
No, so it was established that he was off commission. That's why Alan Richardson came in.
Oh, okay. I missed that entirely. I missed that.
So he is one of the 5, maybe 6 characters who was not needed in this movie, but they brought him back. And fair chops for them for keeping it in the family. We'll see him at the barbecue.
I'm glad they kept him alive. He loves it.
Yeah, I actually thought they were going to kill him off. I thought Jason was going to kill him in Rome. They didn't. As if that would
make a difference. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference whatsoever.
I thought Brie Larson, she's a award-winning actress. Well, but funny that they got her in it. She was alright.
She was fun. She was alright.
She was alright. She was like, oh yeah, you're in this movie. what way to go to, you know, show up on the bridge with the bluest suit ever. Way to sell the fashion clothing, you know. There's so many characters introduced in this movie.
We had the reintroduction at the very end, the post-credit scene.
Oh yeah, I saw some people's reactions in the cinema. They got a huge kick out of seeing them muscular arms, that grey beard. I noticed it was him when he pointed the gun out. That's Hobbs' gun. So, and you know, even from the trailers, I thought all the way through, yeah, you know, it was actually Dwayne Johnson's character who killed your father. Why are you going after these guys?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was the plan to deal with later because of the feud between Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson. Like, yes, we know he killed this guy's father, but Dwayne Johnson's not able to be in this franchise just yet. Maybe along the production, that was a later shot post-production, post-credit scene, and great, now we're on a bit of path.
At least they remembered.
Yes,
that they
didn't ignore it.
Yeah, it wasn't Dom. I was like, oh, it might have been Dom that's so safe, but he didn't pull the trigger. You're definitely right. It's good that they remembered and watched the movie.
I love that a lot of people, casual viewers, average moviegoer, cinema goers watching it. Go, oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. And here's me and you thinking, at least you acknowledged it, you know. What else? Oh yeah, some guy, I forget his name. He was in Fast 5 in Brazil. They killed him. Wow.
He's the barbecue.
Don't think we'll see him at the barbecue. He wasn't a name. It was actually the director's decision to bring back Gal Gadot and kill John Cena. It was this director, and you know what? Fair enough. This movie suited him. The director Justin Lin left in the production.
I think maybe Justin Lin did the last one, and I can't even bring myself to watch it again.
But I don't blame the directors in doing it. This is Vin Diesel's franchise. He's the producer on it. He gets the people in, but he gets the perfect, you know, directors. Justin Lin did Fast 5, which is arguably the best one.
Yes.
But James Wan did the 7th one, which I think might be my favorite. But I do like what you said at one point, that the ending makes it what it is.
Yeah,
which is
a very natural ending to
a franchise.
The franchise and the character. I think that if you really wanted to jump off the train, then that would be a perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
7 with Paul Walker. But I think that 5. I think for a lot of people 5 would be the best one, and because of that safe sequence, for me anyway, that is why the 5th one would be my favorite, is because of that whole sequence. Because even though it is hyper reality, it still is reality to some degree. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think like that's grounded reality. Grounded hyper reality.
Exactly.
I don't know what phrase I'm gonna make to get up to it, because once I keep climbing that ladder to saying, oh yeah, they did this and they did that, and it all feels grounded, I think it wasn't just all of a sudden they went to space and we automatically couldn't relate. We couldn't accept it. But are we able to accept Dom catching Letty from one car, crashing into the pillar of a bridge, over mid-sky, catching her and landing on another car across from the other side of the bridge? Are we able to accept that? We did, because we kept on coming back for the movies. Oh, like a bunch of cars can stop an explosion of, what was it, a submarine to protect Vin Diesel? Yeah, we accepted that.
We shouldn't have. There's a lot of times when you shouldn't accept it, but
we did. Is it our fault that they went to space? I think they just kept on going, and they didn't go to space in this one. They dialed it back, and guess what? It's still shit, but I still
enjoyed it.
Yes,
I enjoyed it a lot more than mine.
But a lot of them, no, they're not all shit.
No,
they're all good, dumb entertainment. I was just mething the popcorn during the whole Rome sequence with that cylinder, bowler, Indiana Jones bomb.
I think I definitely went into this one a bit more like, don't take it seriously. Even if they in the movie take it seriously, don't take it seriously. Just have fun. And there was a lot of stuff in it that was good and it was fine, and I laughed out loud at, and they weren't like comedy moments. They were like, just kind of scoffing at. But you're still able to turn your brain off and just enjoy it for what it is. It's fine.
I do think it was a while now since I thought Tyrese Gibson as Roman was funny. I laughed at 2 or 3 things like that in the movie. Not when he rips the jumper off and he's got cash on him. I thought that was going to be a prolonged plot point where, he didn't put all his cash in a bank. He has it all in cash still. And I thought, but no, he just has it. He's just wearing it the whole time. I didn't think that was funny, but there's your bullshit and the inviting in the vending machine, and I thought that was good. It was
These two
bit of crack.
These two guys that are like fighting secret soldiers and getting into elaborate fight sequences every other movie, but when they have to fight each other, they can barely like punch each other.
Oh yeah, man! Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
Roman and Brian fight. They just can't fight for shit.
Yeah, it's just not it.
Oh yeah, Natalie Emmanuel is in this. What's her name again?
Ramsey. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's in this movie.
And I guess in a way like the fact that they brought back the God's Eye.
Yeah, that was actually, I did appreciate that. Like, they have someone who's like telling all the writers like, hey yeah, remember that?
We have this
plot
point. And that was the whole plot of 7, was making sure that it didn't get into the wrong hands. And then
pretty much,
was it a plot point in 8? I could imagine that was something Charlize Theron was after.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Oh yeah, and I must reiterate. I must repeat myself. She is being retained. Yeah, she kills a loved one, but that's worse than Jason Statham. But that's what they're gonna do.
The actual stunts, we never actually talked about any of like the actual cars and stunts and.
Oh yeah, man! Quite a lot of work into it. Matching Mission Impossible here.
Well, whereas Mission Impossible would actually do the stunts and they are real, and they're kind of touted as like, whoa, look at these stunts, these are incredible, look what Tom Cruise is actually putting himself through. I think Fast X does those stunts, but for a fact there's no way that these are real. And specifically the final moment where two trucks crash into each other,
operated by remote control,
and Vin Diesel drives off of a dam as the explosion is coming, and the explosion like blows out the windows in the car. There's fire in the car, and
the tires are burning.
The tires are on fire, and he goes, I know what to do, and he hits the NOS. He hits the fuel injection into the engine, and they fire off into the dam, and this huge explosion. It's fantastic.
Well, wasn't that great?
It's just like, it is mindless. Turn your brain off and just enjoy it. Let it come.
No, it's worse. but way to go to end the movie on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Han, Ramsey, Tej, and Roman, their plane was shot down
by Alan Rickson. That's when we find out that he's the bad guy, is that he shoots the plane down. You're like, hold on, wait, did he shoot the wrong plane? And then that's when it's revealed. But their plane, now it flies off into the distance and goes around a mountain, and then we see the smoke plummet up. So
that was some explosion. I hope they're okay.
I hope, let's not hold the barbecue just yet, but we'll send them an invitation.
Imagine if they start off the next one like one of them's actually dying, and like they're actually crying, and they're actually dying in front of their friends.
Let's have some consequences in these movies.
Oh, I'm not too happy for Tej.
Well.
And when apparently they had time to set bombs on what was it, the Hoover Dam?
I think it was just a dam. I don't think it was a Hoover Dam.
Well, they have a lot of detonators about to explode. Jason Momoa's about to kill him. What's Vin Diesel's approach?
He turns around and he just fronts on it. He I wish this was a video podcast because I could literally but he turns around and cocks his arms back, and it's like he's gonna fight the dam as it explodes. And you're like, what the fuck is he gonna do?
He's gonna fight the explosion. He's gonna do what he can to protect his son.
Yeah, it's oh man. It's just so funny. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I don't know why you're listening to this, but just watch for that scene. Just watch for when he fronts on the dam. He's like, I can do this. I can take it off.
He's like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he's like, I am good. I'm gonna take it down. But no, props to them for ending on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're gonna see the trailer for Fast 11 a year from now, and we're gonna see all of the characters are fine.
But will the next movie still be all about trying to take down Jason Momoa, or will new elements be introduced for a new story where previous factors will be interfaced in it? Who knows what? I believe they have to get Kurt Russell back.
I think he's driving the submarine. I think that's where he is. Maybe he was recruiting Giselle. I don't know what he was doing, but they do play on a lot of things because they specifically say he's not dead. He's missing.
Yeah.
He's wherever he is.
Yeah.
So
This movie is what it is, but it's still going and people love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And I want to see what happens next. That's it. There's no other way to explain it, and I'm looking forward to seeing The Rock come back. That's it. That's all I have to say. This is Fast X, folks. Like, you know what you're gonna get in for. It was better than the last one.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the last one was, I wouldn't ever actually watch it again. I'd happily go from 8 to 10.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah. Well, folks, that concludes this episode of Talking Pictures. If you'd like to hear us talk more about things we love talking about, please follow us on Instagram at Talking Pictures Pod. You can see updates as we release an episode every week. We have plenty of movies to talk about that are being released on a weekly basis. Little Mermaid, Flash, Transformers, Cross Spider-Verse, Indie, so on and so forth. Please, if you have any questions, you can send us any queries or comments on our email, talkingpicturespodcast1@gmail.com. If you can give us a couple of likes, a couple of 5 stars, that would be great. This is Fast X. Just double those 5 stars. Keep it coming, keep it lit. We appreciate this. No harm talking. David, any final words?
Yeah, make sure that when you're commenting, comment your address so we can all send you invitations to the barbecue.
David, see you at the barbecue.
Thanks, Brian.
David.